broke in my house. And I went crazy. And I started documenting that. Because my mama told me, she was like, don't do nothing crazy. She was like, why don't you put that into what you're doing on the internet? What's poppin', people? It's your boy Scotty Wilson back with another fabulous episode of Vlogging for My Sanity. Anywho, oh no, actually it's daily vlogging for my sanity. Anywho, let me tell y'all exactly what y'all doing here so y'all won't have to get. Oh, first of all, I can't smoke this video anymore. Apparently I get copyright strikes for that. So anyway, let me tell y'all why y'all here so I won't waste a whole bunch of y'all time. I am a rapper, right? Well, you don't know that. I know that, but you don't know that. And that's the problem. So that's why I started doing this. What I realized as like a rapper moving in life and stuff like that, there's few things that you just can't get away from when it comes to, if you want to take your career seriously. Learning all of the stuff that I learned, I realized, dang, this stuff can help anybody like make money in any capacity. If they want to be an entrepreneur or whatever the heck they trying to do in life, I decided to like document all of that. To a certain extent. Then there was other stuff that I needed to do too, right? To build content, I needed to be consistent, I needed to put out music. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I needed to do in order for you to admit that I'm a fucking artist. I know that I'm an artist. I think I'm a pretty damn good artist. But in order for you to say that, it's a bunch of shit I gotta do. So I was just like, fuck. I gotta do this shit, but life be lifing. You feel what I'm saying? So I decided to try to figure out how to make money while life was lifing. But I wanted to do it in a legit way. Because I used to do stuff I ain't had no business doing. It'd be like that. So instead of just continuing to do stuff I ain't had no business doing, I was just like, well, why don't I try this content shit out? Well, when I decided to do that, I was on the brink of trying to get out of the streets, right? And then somebody broke in my house. And I went crazy. And I started documenting that. Because my mama told me, she was like, don't do nothing crazy. She was like, why don't you put that into what you're doing on the internet? And because she didn't know what the hell I was doing, I was just like, well, fuck. Maybe I should document that shit. Because I watch Gary Vee all the time. And he be saying stuff like that all the time. So I decided to document that shit. I also was like, okay, well, since I'm documenting my life, I can't not do that and not provide value. So I was like, well, how the fuck do I do that? Why not teach people the stuff that I be learning on a day-to-day? Because if I sit here and try to explain everything that I've tried to learn, you ain't gonna want to hear that either. It's too much. And I be wanting to show y'all my plants because I be going crazy. And I be doing stuff to help my day-to-day. So, yeah, I decided to talk about that shit too. Like my plants. Yeah, I be growing shit. You feel me? I be growing shit. I had to do a whole bunch of stuff to kind of help my mental health, to detox from that life. And it's been a journey. It's been a damn long ass journey. It's been a bunch of other stuff that I did. At first, I didn't think this content shit was gonna work at all, honestly. But what happened was, it's a video on my YouTube page called How to Grow Weed with No Lights. And it was like years, like this is like everything that I'm telling y'all is like years of fucking shit going on. What I noticed over time was it was this one video that just kept popping up, right? You know, because rappers are stupid. You feel me? Because we all feel like some miracle is gonna happen. Like, at least that's how I be looking at it. I ain't gonna speak for all rappers, but at least for me, like the era that I came up with, like they told you, like if you really dope, then somebody's gonna see you and it's just gonna work. And I'm here to tell y'all that's bullshit. That's bullshit. I just think that's bullshit. I don't think it works like that. I think there are unique circumstances where people are already positioned to be seen because they're talented. But if you're just talented, that's dead. That's dead. Like if you think talent is going to get you seen and signed and owned, that's over with. So that's why so many people are not talented. I mean, people be like, wow, these people trash and they be rapping. It's because it don't take talent to rap. And I had to figure that out too. Because I said that like I'm not talented anymore. I am a talented person, actually. Kinda. Because I forgot I used to dance too. I forgot about that. Just being talented, I just realized that was stupid. I also realized that being talented really make you lazy. Because you will get to thinking that stuff's supposed to just happen because you're just talented. That's dumb. I think that's dumb. Because I used to think like that. I was just like, why isn't it working? Because I'm talented. And it was just like, because you don't do the same work that people that are not talented do. Like, I watch so many people kind of take off faster than me, because seemingly faster than me, because I feel like now over time they kind of took off faster, which kind of hurt them in the long run, because now I'm learning the stuff that they're like just now figuring it out that they need to learn. Like the stuff that I'm explaining to y'all on these daily vlogs, and which is why I do that. Like I'm kind of giving proof that I already knew what I was talking about, but now I gotta like put in the footwork to show that I have proof. Because if I make one video, right, and expect that to go viral, that's the epitome of the thing that kept me waiting so long to get where I was trying to get to. Like, it really is. Because you're just waiting and you're not doing anything. So it doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I started doing a daily vlog, because it's like, okay, if you just waiting on me to make music and that's all you waiting on, and I'm waiting on me to make music because I got to make money and I got to be responsible, I got to take care of bills, I got to do this, I got to do that, then we just waiting. Then everybody's just waiting, and that's stupid to me. Like, why don't I do something in the meantime? Because that's what I'm going to have to do in the meantime anyway. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. I feel like that's why rappers be falling off. Because they be waiting, they just depend on the music, and if it ain't about the music, then that's it. And I used to be like that too, but that's just such an ass backwards way to think. It is, because it's like, that's why everybody can easily steal from the music industry. That's why the music industry only focuses on the youth and naive people, so they can easily get over on people and it can be so predatory. To me, that's exactly why it's like that. Because everybody wants the Disney World version of it. They want the Disney shit to happen. They want somebody to see you because you're talented and you take off. Bro, which is, to me, why are we ignoring all of the signs on the other side that's basically proof that you don't have to do that? Because I can name 5 rappers right now. Tech Nine, Russ, La Russell, let me see. Let me think of another person. E40. Duh, forgot about that. That was disrespectful. My bad. Damn. Just them 4. That's proof that you literally do not have to, that you shouldn't wait for somebody to just come see you, and that's currency. Like, come on now. I could really go on. Like, the more I think about it, because my brain be rushing fast, which is another reason why I start documenting my shit. Because my brain is goofy. Like, I have real mental health issues, and I don't be knowing what to do about that, and I don't be wanting to use that as an excuse not to do stuff for my fans. You feel what I'm saying? So why don't I just document that too? So all of these things that I'm saying, I had to document all of this, and then that started to turn into different versions of me. Because now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna document all of this stuff and put it on my YouTube, right? But now my YouTube looks scattered. It looks like it's all over the place. So now I have to create playlists for those things. And if you're listening, I'm teaching you while I'm talking, pay attention. I had to create playlists for all of these different versions of my brain, because my brain works crazy as hell. Also, all the while realizing that that's the best way to do it, because I'm creating different worlds for people to get involved with me, because all of that is to push the music. I've realized over time that the best way to push the music is to get people to like you as a person. Because I grew up in the era of what was that, 2000 double XL freeze? I think it was 2016. I can't remember. But to me, it's the most legendary freshman list, because of the way it shaped the rest of hip hop over time. Kodak Black, Lil Yachty, 21 Savage, Denzel Curry, they all set the tone for where we are today in hip hop. And I don't like the fact that people are disrespectful about that. I think that they don't give these people their credit because the corporations marketed hip hop in such a young way that now it's disrespectful for somebody to just stick to their niche, which is weird, because you wouldn't do that in any other genre. You wouldn't do that to a jazz player. If a jazz player came out right now talking about heartbreak, if he got 40 and still was talking about heartbreak, you wouldn't say a word. You wouldn't say a word. But that's the first generation of artists that we've gotten that can say, hey, this is who I am, and if I've evolved this properly, it will sustain a long-term career. And I've just been observing and watching it, and I've been knowing this shit all my life. So I was just like, bro, I know way too much, and it's making me fucking crazy, because I be trying to talk to people about this shit. And I be trying to talk to certain friends or niggas I don't fuck with no more. I was trying to give this shit to people, and bro, it's exhausting. Then people became leeches and bloodsuckers, because I feel like people knew I knew the sauce, but instead of saying, oh, okay, cool, we can do it together, they was like, well, you do it and we'll just leech off you. We're not doing that. Because that's how I used to always feel. Now, I also am glad that I used to feel like that too. I used to feel bad that I used to feel like that, because I'm like, damn, I'm not a good people person. Because I be feeling like everybody leeches. But then as I got older, I started realizing, oh, they are. It's like, oh, okay. So I wasn't tripping. Now, granted, I did have to reprogram my brain from survival mode, because being around people like that starts to make you think people like that are normal. And then you start being around people like that and start realizing that, and you fail to realize that it's you, because you kind of attract what you give off. But if you think that's normal, You don't think twice about shit like that. So that's why I had to literally reprogram my brain and was like, bro, that's stupid. Like, and then I had to like go stand in it. Like, no, that's stupid. Because I would have feelings about certain stuff and I'd be like, am I sure that's stupid? Or maybe I'm tripping. And then I'll go ask the person who's bothering me their opinion about the thing that they're doing to bother me. And they'd be like, no, bro, you tripping. And I'd be like, well, maybe I am tripping. And then I'm wasting more time with people who are not about the fucking goal. All right, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. Because this is insane. All of this stuff that I'm telling you is like, it's crazy. I ain't going to keep talking y'all head off. But, because the daily vlogs, that's another thing that I learned too. Matter of fact, here you go. Something I learned. I had to start splitting up stuff because people's attention spans are short. And people like what they like. And when you are the server of the community, which is, I think what all of us eventually end up doing, because that's kind of our jobs. You know, with whatever you're doing, you kind of serving the community. That's your job. Like, whatever it is that you're doing, whether you're a janitor or a fucking doctor, or you're doing that for the community per se. Like, I know you get a paycheck, but you're still doing it for the community. Or at least that's how I think. That's just how my brain works. So for me as an artist, because that's what I decided to do, okay, what am I doing to serve the community? And for me, at first it was just like, be a good artist, because people there's not like a lot of good rappers for that are artists per se. I still don't think there's a lot, in my personal opinion. No, I actually do think there's a lot. I just think because the second thing that I said is true. We feel like there's not a lot because we all have our own interests, like of whatever we're interested in, which is fine. But just because this is what you're interested in and you like doesn't make the other thing bad. So that's just how I look at it. But for me, because that interest thing is true, instead of me trying to just be interesting, why don't I just be myself and you can find out whatever's interesting for you? That's why I have so many playlists, because it's like, okay, well, if you like the fact that I'm a weed head, then you can just go watch the How to Grow Weed with No Lights, or you can go watch the Gas and Reggie playlist, because I'm sitting there just talking about different strands and like what I like about this and what I like about that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm also going to evolve that into more things that are becoming more entertaining, because another thing you got to do is just be entertaining. Like, you can't just be like boring. Not that I'm boring, but I had to understand what that means in order for me to provide value to an audience. And all of those things to me are going to make me the artist that I want to be, because that's what I decided to do with my career. Like, that's what I want to do. That's not going to stop life and my responsibilities. So in the meantime, if there is money to be made doing content and providing value for people, let me try that to the best of my ability. And then hopefully that'll keep me out of the streets. So, damn, I woke up on 10 today. I've never been that articulate to be able to get all of that out. And I smoked before I got on the phone with y'all too, because apparently there's copyright strikes. You know, I can't smoke my weed. Whatever, haters. Y'all gonna pay me, boy, about none of this shit. But anyway, in the meantime, between time, that's what the daily vlogs are, just in case you don't know who I am. Oh, also, I be checking on people's mental health, because technically y'all are helping me with mine. Because the daily vlog also helped me like get my thoughts clearer, which is crazy, because that's why I was able to articulate this. I've never been able to do this well. If you go back and look at the other videos, I'm not that good at talking that clear. So that's what's up. So where's my mental health today? I say it's about a 9, which is crazy, because my bills are like super behind. Like, I'm so, like, work has been slow. Like, I try to do like other little shit here and there, because now, honestly, I guess I'm overqualified for shit. Because I be applying for jobs and people don't be hitting me back. I don't know if now I'm overqualified because I done did too much shit and I get promoted fast when I work jobs. I don't know. Niggas don't be wanting to hire me. And then the shit that people do be wanting to hire me for always be sounding like a Ponzi scheme. So I be like, man, I'm cool, bro. I'm not doing all that extra ass shit. So some of that shit is me too. So that's why I was like, okay, well, I got to go hard with the content shit then, if that's the case, you know, until it works. And I've been doing this shit for a few years now. Shit, I don't even know how old that one video is. The How to Grow Weed No Lights. Shit, yeah, I've been doing this for some years now. So I also don't feel obligated to feel like, hey, you got to fuck with me now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. At this point, it's about the discipline of the consistency. Because if I don't get that, then if something does take off and my career does go the direction I want it to go, how the fuck am I going to sustain it if something happens if I don't know how to be consistent now? You feel what I'm saying? So if I'm talking to y'all and providing value and doing all this shit now while I'm broke and struggling and bills are behind and ain't no fucking food in the refrigerator, And all I got is some gas and some water. And shit. You know, I think I'll be a pretty good, successful person. I'm gonna try to be a nice person. Don't get on my nerves though. Don't be disrespectful. That I'm not putting up with, cause see, then my old life might kick in, and so I'm gonna try not to be like that. I'm gonna try to be like real, you know, like when y'all meet me, like as far as like as I get bigger, y'all probably be like, oh, he's a really nice guy, because that's how I want to come off. I don't want to be, you know, what I used to be. So I want to be a nice guy. So yeah, so if I come off like corny or cheesy and shit like that, like good. I don't want to be seen as a threat. That's a big part of my childhood, and it really depresses me, you know, to be seen as a threat. I don't like that. So you don't get my whimsical side. Deal with it, fucker. So that was it. Let's see. What else do I do? Provide value, talk about my mental health, let y'all know my updates. Let's see. Music shit. I wrote some gas yesterday. I might do a little writing session. If y'all do want to do a writing session with me, I could do that. I could vlog that. But just leave it in the comments. Other than that, like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Peace and tranquility. This distance is taking a hold of me for sure. Baby, come.